You're late.
It's not late.
Where were you?
Just watching a video at James.
Well, you might have phoned, Joe. I worry about you.
Mum, please, I'm not going to take sweets from a stranger, so don't give me a hard time. Can I go on a school trip?
Where?
Venice.
Well, how much is that going to cost? Venice doesn't grow on trees, you know.
Another fascinating fact. It's all in this note.
This is only half a note.
Oh, well, most of it's there.
Where's the other half?
I don't know. Can I go?
Well, no, I can't make a decision on half a note. I need more information.
Like what?
Well, like who else is going?
Oh, everyone.
Yes, naturally. Everyone always is. So you'll feel deprived if I say no.
Oh, thanks, Mum.
That isn't a yes, it's a supposition.
I'd rather have a deposit. You see my trainers?
Yes, under the table. I just want to make sure that you're looked after properly.
We'll be packing me a teddy and hot water bottle next.
Well, it does get quite cold at night, you know, near water.
Mum, I'm not 5 years
Joe,
old,
please.
so don't
Do you know where he wants to go?
Whatever it is, don't involve me. I've only come in to wash my hands.
He wants to go on a school trip.
Oh, great. Where to?
Venice.
Venice? When I was your age, I hadn't been further than Octomukti.
Yes, well, nowadays they're all as well-travelled as Marco Polo before they're out of their teens. We had to be happy with a week at the seaside.
A week at the seaside? You were lucky. We were allowed to look at a postcard of Blackpool for 5 minutes once a year. That was our holiday.
Oh, leave out of you don't know your born lecture.
What do you want to go to Venice for, anyway?
I'll broaden my horizons.
Narrow my bank account.
Oh, come on, Faith. Just because he goes to Venice doesn't mean we'll be living on gruel and potato peelings.
She wants me to take a hot water bottle.
I never said that.
You didn't have to.
Venice is a city for lovers, you know, Joe.
Are you trying to put me off?
He'll need pocket money too, you know.
Look, I'm only asking for your permission because you have to sign this form. I'm going to get a job for spending money.
Job? What job?
Style editor for the Tatler?
Paper round or something. Just off job hunting.
Oh, well, don't you want something to eat first?
Nah, I'll wait for dinner.
He's never waited for dinner in his life. He always has at least 4 slices of toast when he comes in.
You should be pleased.
Do you think he's got something?
Yeah, it's called growing up.
Oh, first Hannah and now Joe.
Well, it's inevitable, Faith.
It's all happening too fast. Only seems last week he was tipping rice pudding over his head.
It was. He's got the table manners of a yak.
There's Hannah off to university. I mean, who's going to remind her about the dentist? Oh, I could be a grandmother any minute now.
Hang on. It's a bit of a leap, isn't it?
I haven't finished with being a mother yet.
Look, they're about to lead independent lives, and you know what that means, don't you?
Yes, I do. They won't phone and they won't write, and they'll only come home with a ton of dirty washing.
No, it means that we'll have more time for ourselves. After all, you keep telling me we're still courting.
Yes, I know that.
In a few weeks, we'll be married.
Well, after Hannah's taken her A-levels.
In fact, Venice is not a bad idea for a honeymoon, as long as we avoid the school kids.
I didn't go to Venice until I was 35.
You told me you were only 34 last birthday.
Well, I am. 34 plus VAT.
Yes?
Everything all right?
Yes, thanks.
How's the revision coming along?
Fine, except for the interruptions.
Would you like me to test you?
No, thanks, Mum.
I can, you know, Hannah. I've done all the books.
No, Mum, I prefer to do it on my own.
Oh, all right, then. Well, it's late. You know, I was on my way to bed and I saw your light on.
Mum, I'm trying to finish this.
All right, then. I'll leave you in peace. Do you want anything?
No, thanks.
Sure.
Yes, thanks.
Sandwich?
No, Mum, I'm fine.
All right. You're looking a bit tired, you know.
Mum?
Yes, all right. Well, just don't go on too late. Night.
Night.
Oh, Hannah, I did have a thought about Hamlet's relationship with his mother.
Mum?
Night. Bill? I want a baby.
Any baby in particular?
Yes, ours.
Well, that could be a bit difficult.
Why?
Well, I'm only up to chapter 2 of the Facts of Life manual, how to hold hands. It's a hell of a jump from there to the rude bits.
Can't you skip a few chapters?
Certainly not. Anyway, I am looking forward to the step-by-step guide to the goodnight kiss.
Seriously?
Oh, seriously, is it? That means you've worked out all the arguments.
No, I just want to know what you think.
Is this one of these topics you've been brooding about for days?
Yes.
And I've got to debate and pontificate on the first hearing?
Yes.
Yes, I thought so. Well, I know absolutely nothing about babies. The only one I was ever involved with was sicking my guitar.
Oh. A shrewd music critic.
And then it bashed me with its rattle. I don't seem to bring out the best in babies.
You and Liza never had any children, did you?
No, I'd have noticed.
Did she want any?
About the one thing she didn't want.
I bet your mother was disappointed.
Yeah, she was. She'd have liked grandchildren, especially as I was an only child.
Well, there you are, then.
Where am I?
Well, don't you want to continue the family name? You know, retain your family seat?
Well, it's hardly Elsinore Castle with 1,000 acres in Denmark. A large overdraft and a few Buddy Holly records is all I've got to offer.
We could turn Hannah's room into a nursery.
More expense.
Oh, babies aren't about expense. Well, actually, yes, I suppose they are in the beginning, but... Well, then, there's...
Bills.
Good night. Good night, sweet prince. And flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
Liza, what are you doing here?
The editor is taking his design consultant out tonight.
Oh, I thought he was taking you.
You never did take my career seriously, darling, even when we were married.
I took it very seriously. Your career was shopping. Richard, not another lunch with Liza. People are beginning to talk.
Well, I can't imagine why. It's all perfectly innocent.
I'm only joking.
Are you lunching here too, Bill, or have you just come to give Richard indigestion?
I am having a working lunch with Felicity.
I think she's the best fashion editor we've had.
I don't know, last time I had lunch with her, she wore a hat called Summer Harvest. Customers thought she was the dessert trolley.
Probably just trying to divert attention from those hips. She does have a lot of clothes.
But she gets them wholesale.
Bill, can you call into the office when we get back? I'd like to talk to you about something.
Look, why don't I take my coffee over and have a chat with Felicity, and then you two can talk here?
I'd never have thought the word wholesale could affect such a complete personality change.
That's not a bad idea, if you don't mind, decent.
It's my pleasure.
I'm sure it is.
Help yourself to some cheese. Coffee?
Thank you.
I don't quite know how to put this,
Try tipping the pot over the cup.
but I feel I must tell you. Liza and I are in love. Bill, are you all right? You're not upset?
No, I'm just a little surprised, that's all.
You're not laughing, eh?
No, not at all, Richard. No, a bit of cheese went down the wrong way. How did it happen?
Well, I don't know, really. She just seems so
Determined?
sympathetic. And we have a lot in common.
She likes money and you've got it.
It still hurts, doesn't it?
No, I think I've shifted it. A sip of coffee should do the thing.
I mean the divorce.
No, it doesn't really, Richard. No. I wish Liza every opportunity.
She's very fond of you.
Yes, I sense her interest.
She's so absolutely happy about you and Faith.
Well, I am relieved.
I hope I can make Liza very happy.
Well, it won't be easy. Oh, just a minute, Richard. You're still married, aren't you? What about Marjorie?
What indeed?
Well, you can't just say what indeed. She's your wife. Does Liza know?
Well, of course.
Well, that explains it.
What?
She always did like a challenge.
Oh, I don't think she sees me as a challenge.
Are you going to divorce Marjorie?
I certainly hope to, once Christopher has finished his education.
How old is he now?
9.
Richard, why are you telling me all this?
Well, you were married to her.
You don't have to ask me for a hand. I've only just managed to prize it off my wallet.
I think Liza is ready to settle down. She'd make a wonderful mother.
Any coffee left?
You're back quickly.
She can only get larger sizes.
Might need them one day if you decide to have a family.
You mean a baby?
I believe that's how you start.
Never.
A bit premature there, Richard.
She'll warm to the idea.
Breeding ruins your figure. I refuse to lumber about looking like an overflowing pedal bin.
Pregnant women can be very attractive.
If you don't have children, what will you have to comfort you in your old age?
An oil well would be very comforting.
I saw David's mother in town yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Remember David?
Do I?
Yes, you do remember him. You used to go to Cubs with him.
Don't keep bringing up my past, Mum. Listen to this.
No, Joe, I'd like you to listen to me for a minute.
Here's a good one. Hot tips.
David's mother has just come out of hospital. Well, what's so funny?
Keep the seat next to you on the train vacant by smiling and nodding at people walking towards you.
Fine. Anyway, and she brought something home with her. It was...
Here's another one. Look, pretend that your house is a bed and breakfast establishment by ordering 50 extra pints of milk a day.
Joe, I'm trying to tell you I met David's damn mother.
Oh, did you have a row?
No, we didn't.
Good. So?
So, I'm trying to tell you that I met his mother and she said she'd had a baby, and yes, there was quite a big gap, but they were really rather enjoying it. And what do you think about that?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Neil said he saw David pushing a pram. He looked a complete prat. David said the baby kept them awake all night and ate his gazzer autograph.
Really? Yes?
You're not getting broody, are you?
What if I am?
Last time you got like this, we ended up with him.
Have you seen your teddies? Have you seen your teddies? They're all lined up, aren't they pretty?
Mum?
Oh, here comes Joe. Isn't he a big boy?
Mum, stop talking so stupid. I'm now a media distributor.
That the same as a paper boy? Lord,
Mum, I'll need a new alarm clock.
not now, Joe. Bill, look, a baby.
Blimey, that was quick.
Not mine.
Have you rented it?
It's Prue's. Don't you recognise my nephew Thomas? Looks a bit like Joe, doesn't he?
Mum, please.
You mean it's stained and communicates in grunts?
Look, Thomas, there's your big cousin Joe.
Look, Thomas, this is my balmy mother.
How long's he here for?
Just today. I said he wouldn't be any trouble, and he isn't, is he?
Your mother's been suddenly taken broody.
He's got footballer's thighs, Joe.
Yes, well, I wouldn't sign him until he's learned to control his dribbling.
Never having one of those.
No, but your wife will.
Get off. My wife. You'll put me off my tea.
Now, that would be something.
Bill,
I'm awake, Mummy.
oh, you are alive. I thought you'd seen the phone bill and died of shock.
Oh, God. Oh, I must have dropped off.
No stamina, old people.
Oh, no manners, young people. What phone bill?
Why are you asleep? It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I am asleep because I have been awake for rather a long time.
That doesn't make sense.
Yes, well, try this. Your brother has decided to become a paperboy, a career for which he is patently unsuited.
Why?
Because he can't damn well get up in the mornings.
His alarm goes off, doesn't it?
Yes, but he doesn't.
It wakes me.
Well, why don't you do the paper round then and let me get some sleep?
Are you getting up to kick Joe out of bed every morning?
Ah, that's about the size of it, yes.
Well, that's stupid.
You know that, and I know that, but your mother is convinced that it's only a matter of time before Joe gets into his stride.
He'll never do it on his own. He's bone idle.
Yes, that's the alternative view, and I'm warming to it.
Anyway, if you're doing so much for Joe, how about doing something for me?
What?
I want to have a party to celebrate the end of my A-levels.
Oh, yes.
Will you talk Mum into it?
Oh, come on, that's not very fair.
Why?
You've known her longer than me.
Yeah, but you can get round her.
She's about as easy as getting round Cape Horn in a bathtub.
Please.
What about me? I might not think it's a very good idea.
Yeah, but you won't be so parentish about it as Mum.
I might be. Not in a very good mood at the moment.
Can I get you a cup of tea? It's called bribery.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's the least I can do if you're going to tackle Mum.
Not quite the least you can do, Hannah. From now on, you can get Joe up in the mornings.
Oh,
and that is called blackmail.
Cup of tea?
Has the alarm gone off?
No, it's Sunday. Guess what? Hannah got Joe up this morning. He's gone on his paper round. You can have a lie-in.
Oh.
Isn't that good?
Oh, wonderful, yes. Are you going to wake me tomorrow as well and tell me that I don't have to get up?
Oh, I thought you'd be pleased.
Oh, I am.
Bit of a surprise, though, eh? I mean, only last night they were arguing about who was going to have the last yogurt.
Is this what it's like when there's a baby in the house, being rudely awoken?
No. That's something completely different.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what do you want?
I feel sick.
Oh, dear. Well, when did it start?
As soon as I put this bag of papers on my back.
Perhaps you've strained something.
Credibility?
Oh, no, Bill. Look, he's really quite white.
Well, he can take an aspirin, can't he?
Well, what are we going to do about the papers?
I'll never find anyone to deliver them.
Well, it's not the end of the world if a few people don't get their papers on a Sunday, is it?
Well, you could do it, Bill.
I stopped delivering newspapers the day I read Buddy Holly had died.
It'll only take a minute.
I think you're joking. It'll take me half an hour to lift up the bag. Have you felt the weight of it?
No wonder he doesn't feel well.
I'll get in trouble.
No, not if you're ill, Joe.
Oh, he sacked Chris last week for not doing his round.
I'll phone him and tell him, and then he'll know it's genuine.
There's our paper in here, Joe.
It's in the other bag at the shop. I have to do it in 2 lots.
What's the point of having a paper boy in the house if you can't get a perishing paper when you want it?
It's not the end of the world, is it, Bill?
And thank you to avoid my lawn edges, young. Mrs. Grayshot.
Morning, Mr. Burrows. Nice day. Yeah. I haven't quite got the hang of being stationary while loaded.
Is it you that's been scuffing up my salvias all this week?
No, that's my son.
Has your family got something against my garden, Mrs. Grayshot? Only your dog's none too respectful of my privet, I notice.
I am sorry, Mr. Burrows. I'm sure it won't happen again.
Going to make a career of this, are you?
No, just today. Joe's ill.
Is it normal, Mrs. Grayshot, for a mature woman to be doing this kind of work?
I think it is a bit unusual, Mr. Burrows, but I'm putting it down to experience.
If you'll take my advice, Mrs. Grayshot, you won't make a habit of this.
No, I don't intend to, Mr. Burrows.
Skittishness doesn't sit well on a woman of a certain age.
I'm not certain you know my age, Mr. Burrows.
And be prone to misunderstandings. Then you meet strange people in the early morning. All sorts.
I've noticed. Bye. Let's get on. That's wonderful. You do the other leg.
It's supposed to be wonderful. It's supposed to be functional and therapeutic.
Oh, I don't deserve this.
You certainly don't. What a completely daft thing to do.
Well, it didn't take too long.
It took an hour and a half of puncture and a new plant for Mr. Burrows.
Quite enjoyed it in a way.
Yes, beneath that martyred exterior lies a complete masochist.
And Joe is feeling a lot better.
Oh, strange, that.
He wasn't pretending. Don't be so hard on him.
Oh, I suppose you're right. It's just that getting Joe up in the morning can seriously damage my kindly disposition.
He'd be all right tomorrow.
Oh, look, this is ridiculous, Faith. Why don't we just give him the money for the trip? I mean, he's proved his point. Well, he hasn't, as a matter of fact, but I'm fed up with all this.
We can't just give him the money.
Why not?
Because he's got to learn not to expect us to fork out every time he wants something.
Well, isn't that what parents are for?
No, it isn't. Well, yes, it is. Well, yeah, but he's got to contribute something.
Joe's contribution is to increase human suffering.
What do you mean?
Well, you're covered in bruises, your legs are aching, my eyeballs are revolving through lack of sleep. And all to prove a point.
Would you like to prove a point, Bill?
What point is that?
That you can massage my back as wonderfully as my legs.
No, you'd only enjoy it.
Hi.
Hi.
Got the plastic beakers for Saturday night.
That's a bit Enid Blyton, Mum. This is a sophisticated party.
Broken glass can be dangerous.
It'll just be broken hearts scattered in my wake.
Well, only if you get some sleep. I'm very glad your exams are over. You're looking quite tired lately.
You don't know what I've been through.
I know, and you still managed to get Joe up in the mornings. You're a great help to Bill.
That was the idea.
I was quite surprised when he was keen on this party, till I discovered the reason why.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I caught him practicing La Bamba on his guitar.
Oh, you
I think he's planning to burst in during the evening and entertain your friends.
Mum, you're kidding.
Yes, I am. Obviously, you don't want us around.
Well, you wouldn't enjoy it.
Well, you mean you wouldn't.
There's nothing more embarrassing than seeing your parents jiving.
I'm quite a good dancer.
I know, Mum, but nobody does the funky chicken anymore.
I'm not a complete social potato, Hannah. I do have some sense.
I know, and I know you have the sense not to come to the party.
Right.
Thanks.
I shall watch the television in your room.
Oh, Mum, can't you go out?
Oh, no, I think we should stay here.
Why? You won't relax. You'll be diving downstairs every time someone arrives to tell them how tall they've grown.
Well, if that's your attitude, we'll call the whole thing off.
OK, sorry, but you know it's true. Why don't you go for a meal to that new Italian up the road? It's only a few yards away.
Have you planned this with Bill as well?
No, it's just a suggestion.
But what's Joe going to do?
About what?
Well, we're just talking about Hannah's party.
Oh, need a bouncer? I think you'll find my rates reasonable.
Nothing about you's reasonable.
Don't start. No, you can go to Steve's.
I may be able to put up in a big flash hotel.
What?
Well, I'm planning to elbow the newspaper industry. There's more money to be made elsewhere.
How exactly?
Well, the school had a sweep to raise funds for the new science lab.
So?
So it gave me an idea. I've had a couple of sweeps this lunchtime to raise funds for the Venice trip. Winner takes all, excluding my organiser's percentage. And this is it.
Oh, my brother, the godfather.
Well, I'm not sure you're allowed to do things like this, Joe.
That's what Mr. Roper said.
The headmaster?
Wants to see you at 4 o'clock tomorrow, Mum.
Oh, Joe.
It's all right. I've raised enough to skip the country.
Good meal, wasn't it?
Well, I'd never make a cannelloni like mine, but, well, on the whole, it wasn't bad. Oh, does this mean you finally calmed down after your encounter with Joe's headmaster?
Well, I was really cross about Joe setting up a gambling school.
Looks like you've got a money-maker in the family.
Where did I go right?
Maybe he'll keep us in our old age. Well, it was you who told him he'd have to make his own way in the world without our help.
Mr. Roper suggested Joe take A-level economics.
To go with his O-level in sharp practice. I suppose it's got its funny side.
What?
Parenthood.
Why'd you say that?
Oh, I was just thinking over what you said. Had a baby.
And?
Well, might not be too awful after all.
For you, that's ecstatic.
Mind you, I'll have to practice.
Not in front of the lamppost. Hannah, are you all right?
Mum?
What's the trouble, officer?
Are you the householder, sir?
Well, almost.
I am, officer. This is my fiancé.
I see. Well, things got a little bit out of hand, I'm afraid. They were crammed like sardines in there.
If I might interject.
No, now's not a good time, Mr. Burrows.
I alerted your force. It took you 10 minutes to get here by my watch.
Oh, and you are...
Burrows, number 17. In my opinion, children can go wild when they've had a shake-up. They need discipline, a mother and father at home.
Thank you, but we've seen most of them off the premises. Perhaps you'd just like to go in and check things.
Yes, I'll do that.
Gate crashes, Mum.
Is everyone all right?
I'm really upset it happened. We were having a really good time.
Yes, I know.
Did you have a nice meal?
Oh, I've forgotten.
What's it like, Bill?
Chaos. No real damage, but a hell of a mess. And someone's put a sausage roll in the goldfish bowl.
Say goodbye to Joanna. Her dad's here.
Yes, all right. I think I'll sit down.
Oh, it's a shock, but it'll be all right.
Thank you. Dear, I thought I could ease up on the motherhood pedal with Hannah, but obviously I can't relax yet.
And then there's Joe, the teenage racketeer. I'd say we had our hands quite full for quite a while with those two.
It's the trouble with children. They put you off having a family.
Maybe, baby,